Hey guys, happy Homebrew Wednesday. Sitting down here enjoying one of my cream ales. Mm, delicious. I'm actually trying to kill it before a visitor comes down on Saturday. All fingers crossed. SJPorr is gonna come down here and we're gonna sample each other's winter warmers that we brewed together up at his place. So hopefully everything will work out and he'll be able to stop down and we'll trade some brews. I am also double fisting, doing a little bit of white wine here. Not too shabby. I'm making some French onion soup for tomorrow night. So I'm called for wine, and I was like, a bottle of wine, once you open it, you have to use it that night, right? So might as well. Bottoms up, right? So I've had a crazy week, guys. Things have been insane. We had about 24 inches of snow in Maryland in about the past 4 days. Maryland's average per year is about 16 inches. So to get 24 inches in a 4 day span is a little too much for Maryland to handle. And so because of that, it's just been crazy here. So crazy, in fact, I was even on the news. And no, not for what you're probably thinking, actions involving a farm animal or indecent exposure, none of those. I was actually on the news for a completely different reason. But rather than go on about it, why don't I just show you? So here are two clips of me and my wife on the news.
ABC7 News.
Thanks, Suzanne. Several homeowners in Germantown are still feeling the effects of last week's storm. Their houses lost windows and siding, and they're still digging out. But it wasn't the snow that caused all the damage. Instead, it apparently was this massive snowblower. That's right. The homeowners say efforts to keep I-270 clear wound up hurting them. Stephen Cheetah joins us now from Germantown to explain what happened there. Stephen.
Well, yeah, we are right on the other side of I-270. You can hear it just on the other side of that 25-foot wall. On Friday morning, an avalanche of snow and slush and stones came flying over the wall. You could see the evidence here on the ground here in this yard. All of this gunk down here, this is what was on I-270. Then check out the side of this house. Those spots, that's from what hit it Friday morning.
It flew over the wall over there.
It rained down hard, a pounding storm of snow, slush, and stones.
I don't know where it come from. There was nothing. Just on the siding.
Residents of this Germantown neighborhood say Friday morning about 8 o'clock it started. Suddenly, it felt like several houses here were under attack. A barrage of rocks from I-270 hurtling toward them fast and with force.
As you could see it coming over the wall, it was hitting our roof, hitting our yard, covering our yard.
A massive snowblower used to clear I-270 came through with such power, it apparently sent what covered the road after Thursday's storm over the 25-foot protective wall and straight at these yards and houses.
3 windows are broken.
Arturo Hernandez lost 3 windows. Stones also pelted Christy Belcher's kitchen window, but it withstood the onslaught.
And my children sit here and right here. So if a rock had crashed through up here, they would have gotten injured.
Several houses took the brunt of the snowblower. John Wynn's house still bears the marks of what looks like black snowballs. The yards here are covered with rocks and bits of pavement and lots of road salt.
Anything that was on 270 basically is now in our backyard.
The residents of these homes complained to the State Highway Administration.
ABC7 News.
Thank you, Ross. Now, residents tell us it sounded like their homes were under attack. Tonight, dense debris, cracked windows, all that damage caused by a massive snowblower of all things. Tom Rousey live in Germantown tonight with more on the frustration and the costly cleanup. Tom?
Leon, the snowblower threw a lot of stuff besides snow over that sound barrier along 270. It slammed into 3 homes, and look what it did to some of the windows.
The big ones, but I mean, this is pretty much the average size that was coming over.
Friday morning, Joseph Belcher was home with his family when it suddenly sounded like his house was under attack.
And I came up the steps right back there, and I had the perfect view of seeing everything just coming over the wall, like an avalanche almost.
The State Highway Administration says a snowblower on 270 was responsible. Everything from ice and snow to pieces of the highway were thrown over this 25-foot wall.
So it's got to come all the way up, and then another 120 feet to hit the house, and some of them I've picked up in the front yards. I pulled up a rock that had yellow paint on it, so it was clearly part of the highway.
I was sitting here eating my cereal, watching TV.
Clarksburg High student Jason Escobar was 2 doors down enjoying a snow day.
I thought people were throwing rocks.
Every single window on the main level of his family's home was broken.
It was like a mess. It was like all that floor right there was just black and rocks and stuff like that.
He says his 6-year-old cousin came within feet of being hit.
Yeah, my cousin was sitting right here. She said she was like, she got spooked, so she ran that way to me.
Belcher says if a rock had hit higher and broken through his window, his kids could have been hit as well.
My kid literally sits here every morning.
But fortunately, no one in the 3 homes struck was hurt. The State Highway Administration says it has spoken with the snowblowers' drivers.
At the moment, I believe that they're going to do everything in their power to make sure it doesn't happen again, and I appreciate that.
That's some of the nasty gray snow that was blown over here. There's also rocks like this one all over the yard. These homeowners were told to file a claim with the state to try to get money to make the repairs they now need to make to their houses. Live in Germantown in Montgomery County, I'm Tom Rousey, ABC 7 News.
All right, thanks, Tom. What a mess.
So how freaking crazy was that? We've, like the video said, or I thought it said, we've lived here for 2 years in this house, and we have never seen anything like that before. And from doing a little bit of digging, what we seem to have found out is the state changed contractors recently to save a little bit of cash. And by doing so, the reason these new contractors were able to save cash is instead of taking all the snow from the highway and putting it like in the back of an 18-wheeler and like basically taking it to a farm or basically a dump somewhere just to pack it, these new people were like, screw that, we can just ship it over some of those sound barriers, because what's over there? Well, what's over there is houses, because Montgomery County is one of the wealthiest and basically most expensive places to live. The reason it's so expensive is there's nowhere to live. Like there is housing everywhere. There's no more houses. So supply and demand, when demand is high, supply is low, prices go way up. So I have no idea why they thought they could just... I mean, where else is it acceptable to shoot something where you don't see where you're shooting something? I mean, that's like just hitting a golf ball blindly and being like, well, sure as hell hope no one's on the fairway, because bing! I mean, it's unbelievable. And, that's irresponsible to do it with a little golf ball. It's highly irresponsible to do that with, a couple 100,000 rocks that are the size of golf balls or bigger. So, just friggin' craziness. So, that's been my week so far. What else has happened? If you guys haven't seen Kevin Clements, I'm sure you follow him. If not, ping me below and I will gladly give you his information. He put out the rules for the SJPorr competition. Well, not rules so much as like when you need to send stuff and things along those lines. So, I'm pretty excited. I literally was just speaking with my wife upstairs about what we're going to do. I think we have our recipe pretty much locked down. From what I can tell, there's about 13 weeks between now, or 15 weeks between now and when we have to send the beers to either Kevin or SJ. So my goal is to brew a beer within the next week or two. Actually, I'm going to brew 2 beers within the next week or two. Excuse me. The hope is that one of those beers will be what I want to send. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to brew it again, because I want the beer the type of style I'm doing. If you see my prior videos, you probably know what I'm going to do. But I'm just keeping it kind of hush-hush. If you check my prior videos, you can see the style. But what I'm doing with it, I'm keeping hush-hush. And the only reason I'm doing that this year compared to last year is this year's a competition. So my mouth's getting a little dry. So like I was saying, this year's a competition, so it's pretty much, every man for himself. I'm basically, I'm going to try like 1 or 2 new things, but not really. I'll go into it after the whole competition's over, what I did differently. But, oh man, maybe this double fisting is a little rough. Well, it's actually paired pretty well together, shockingly. So yeah, that's my goal. Basically, brew 2 beers now, try them in 6 weeks. Hopefully they'll be ready. And then if everything turns out the way I want, brew it again. Maybe make a little tweaks if I think I need to. and that'll be the gist of it. So yeah, that's pretty much everything going on my end. No reason to drag it on past there. So I'm gonna head out, load this video up, and start watching some of your Homebrew Wednesday videos. So hope everything is going well on your guys' end. Hit me back if if you want to talk about what you're thinking about doing in your SJPorr. If you have any questions, um, basically that's really it, guys. Life's too short to drink a shitty beer, so enjoy your home brews, enjoy your Homebrew Wednesday viewing experience, and I'm gonna enjoy my viewing experience of your videos. So peace, guys. Take it easy. I'm out.